Good morning. Tuesday's starting off a little bit like yesterday did. And I sure hope it's not going to be like yesterday. And it looks like it is. Hang on, I'll let the gate open. I'm running behind. Yesterday was crazy. Like, even I left the shop for a few minutes to run and grab my computer from my tech, and I seen two people literally pull out in front of other people. Like, it's a miracle that they didn't have a really bad wreck, and I was like, what are these people doing? Like, it was bad. Don't want to hit thunder. Because Opal would probably be in real bad shape down that. But I locked my keys in my car last night and everything. It's so funny. It was crazy. I actually wrote in my my daily journal last night, and I was like, if I do not promote Monday mentality, but if there was ever a day that I could have it and have a good excuse to have it, it was yesterday, because it was crazy. And then today, running behind. But that's what happens when you're, trying to grow. Like yesterday morning, I started doing yoga again, which was one of the things that I was really trying to get back to doing to get healthy and to get fit. I'm wanting to lose some weight and stuff, and so I started that yesterday. And then this morning I can really feel it, in my belly and my abs and everything. I could really feel it where I started it yesterday because of the certain, workouts that I do. But that's not at all my thought for today. But that's kind of where I'm at, I guess. Is, how, just like yesterday I mentioned, when you're trying to grow and you're trying to do better and you're leveling up and stuff, it's going to get harder. It's not going to get easier. And you got to keep, pressing and pushing. And I'm running behind this morning, but I grabbed my yoga mat and I was like, you can just do your yoga at the shop. Customer comes in, you can just help them and then go back to it. You got to make a way. You've got to work around it. You've got to work around the inconveniences, and you've got to stick to it. And there's going to be days. There's going to be days when your alarm clock doesn't go off, or it goes off once and you hit the wrong button. I don't know what happened this morning. But my thought of what I was wanting to talk about, or what I was wanting to say, was that we're looking at the negative things in the wrong way. Like, we should be thankful for the negative things. And that sounds crazy, and I know it sounds crazy to me, because the negative stuff really give us a hard time, really make life hard, but think about it. Just like, let's say there's people, I just thought about this last night. Think about if there's people in your life who have been awful to you, lied on you, or, tried to ruin your life, or whatever it is. It makes you stronger. It makes you smarter. It makes you better about the kind of people you're around. Like, if you've had a friend that's betrayed you, it makes you a little more careful to, be smarter. You learn, and, oh, that big tree fell. Squirrel moment, sorry. Really big tree fell. It makes you smarter, and just like, let's say you've had somebody in your life that is like, just give you a really hard time for a really long time. you come out the other end way stronger. And it's like, there's all those different songs of, I gotta check the mail here real fast. It is so hot today. Let me turn around. Get back on the road. But think about the situations in your life where things have been really hard, or you've had to go through a trial and you got through it. Think about how much more stronger you were when you came out of it. It's good for you. And it makes me think of, and I didn't even think of this until just now. I wasn't thinking last night. This is not what got me thinking about this, but there was a message that T.D. Jakes preached, and he was talking about these fish that people were eating, and they were delicious, and they decided that they wanted to move them to another place or country or whatever because they were so delicious. They was going to try to, market them in other places. Well, they did, and they tasted different. But it tastes good. So they're trying to figure it out or whatever. Well, they figure it out. These fish were being, in their natural habitat, they were prey and they were being chased. When they put them in these big tanks or whatever it was they put them in, and they put them on the train and they was moving them, they wasn't. And he said that when you're chased, you're your best, you're running, you're being your best, in other words. And it's like, we've got to be pushed to do better, and be better and be stronger. You actually have to have something chasing you, so to speak. So the bad and the negative and all this that comes against you, that's just making you stronger. And when it's not you, when it's, somebody else is doing you wrong, it always comes out. The truth always comes out. And the wonderful, great thing about it is we don't have to do anything. All we got to do is just keep doing the right thing and praising God and putting Him first, and God will deal with it. And the Bible talks plainly about God dealing with your enemies. Our job is to love them anyway. Love them and pray for them. If you have to, for a while, make yourself pray for them. Because when you get right, when you get your heart right, and you get it to where you want God to really help them, and you're not mad at them, you don't have anything against them, you can really pray for them, and God will help them. And that's what we should do. We should love our enemies, and we should pray for them, and we should thank them. People that have been awful to us, we really should thank them, because it makes us better and it makes us stronger. And just like the people, like for an example, like if you grew up in a bad home, and you had a parent that was really awful to you or showed you how not to be or whatever it may be, you should thank them, because look at where you are. I was at church Sunday morning, and the song that they were singing was talking about, I know where you brought me from, and you've been so good to me. And I was like, I just couldn't help but sit there and cry, because I thought about where I was and where I am now. Like, I thought about, how I grew up in my childhood and how far I've come, how far God has brought me, where I am today. And It's a miracle. It's truly a miracle. And I hope that you can look at your life and you can see the miracles that God's performed in it. And you can think about where He's brought you from. Look at where you are now and where you were. And if it's the opposite and it's negative, I want to encourage you to stand up, to be strong, to do better, because you can. You can be anybody you want to be, do anything you want to do. The Lord will get you there. He's in the miracle business. I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. And I hope that was a good little funny video for you this morning. But please be praying for me. I'll be praying for you. And I'll see you next time.